goes up to 17, but probably.
Doubt it. I'm sure that, I mean, assuming that they're playing some variation of what Eric's used to playing, it's 14 to 16.
Okay,
Mhm.
guys, and you're already off and running, but I will take a moment and introduce once again, Larry. Thank you again, 2 broadcasts in a row for joining us, and we are now taking Adam and replacing him with Danny, and we are off to the races once again. No one has started yet. We've jumped in at the perfect time, and we're looking at Eric Rodwell sitting west, contemplating what to do with this hand. Gentlemen, thanks for joining. Welcome. Let's dance.
So
So, yeah,
hi, Danny.
yes.
We have two of the most famous players in bridge history here.
Yep.
West, Eric Rodwell, and North, Zia Mahmood.
Yeah, Z is so famous that he's one of those people who can go by just one name. You say
Zia.
Z in the
Yeah.
world, that's it.
Is Zia the greatest money bridge player in the history of the game? From just the things that you guys know, or different game, but
I'd say it's possible. It'd be like saying, who's the best baseball player ever. It's going to be subjective, but it certainly, you know, it wouldn't. No one would argue against it. Let's put it that way.
got it.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's sorry. Go ahead, Danny.
he played for the highest stakes both in London and New York, as I understand it, like a pound a point type of numbers, and
I
was
remember
quite
hearing about
successful
some
at
of
that.
those games. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
Zia has a skill that I admire. Like, you know, there's some great players, but who were in a partnership, for many years. But Zia's done this with so many different players and partners over the years that it's very impressive.
Yeah. And here's that strong club. What does Zia do over the strong club is the question.
so it's somewhat tempting to show the minors here with if they play like say doubles majors, one on Trump as minors. Um, your favorite vulnerability, strong club. If partner can jump the bidding up to 3 clubs before it gets back to opener, that could create problems for them.
Are you both of the philosophy that you kind of want to interfere with the strong club if you have the ability to at any point, or
Well, you can go first, Danny, if you want, because I have a long answer.
My short answer is I probably don't interfere as much as other players do. I don't want to just give them a roadmap on how to play the hand. So when I can, cause problems for them, I might be more interested in preempting, whereas a simple overcall may not be as valuable.
I like your answer because, as someone who played a strong club for many years, uh, interference was not a problem unless they jumped and took up a lot of room. So
gotcha.
I have found that unless you can start jumping, it's not really beneficial to interfere with the big club. It's got to take a base to be worth anything.
Awesome.
So
And
here, I think
On
Simpson's showing
some
a
balance,
balance positive,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
8 to
yeah. And
10
they'll reach
balance. Yep.
four spades. They'll reach four spades. Ideally, I wonder if 3-0 is better. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 3-0 is easy. Although on this layout with a club lead, if they don't block the clubs, 3-0 actually won't make
And in fact, they're playing
because
that at the
you'd
other
want to be
table.
in 3-0. Yeah, wouldn't you want to be in 3-0 though?
Yeah, so 3
For
no's called
spade tricks.
positive 4-3, and you don't lose
It
this,
looks like a
you have a spade problem.
pretty easy 9
Right.
tricks unless it's a disaster.
Right. Whereas four spades really has no chance because yeah, you're going to have to lose. Well, if they don't lead clubs, I guess. But if they do lead clubs, you need a miracle like a doubles and queen of hearts.
Yeah.
So four spades or 3-0. I prefer 3-0, I think.
And 3 diamonds is spades, no hearts, and there we go. 4 spades at one table, 3 no, down one already at the other table. Quickly played.
So here, I mean, even in 4 spades, the spades are not solid, so it's potential. There's a potential spade loser as well.
Yep.
Again, you have to guess how to play the spade. So a club lead, I guess. Well, the clubs are blocked a little if he leads the queen of clubs. Incidentally, against
Yeah,
no
because King
trump,
10
if you
double
were to
takes it
lead for the
away.
north hand with queen jack empty, you would lead fourth best. And so there'd be no problem. Again, against a suit contract, you might not. lead low from the queen jack. You might lead the queen, not caring about running the suit. So if he does lead the queen of clubs, that's not as effective for the defense.
Hmm.
Oh, you know what might have happened here? And they at Rodwell and Simpson play a very complicated system. Perhaps Simpson was wondering if four spades meant something other than I want to play in four spades. All right, so the jack of clubs kind of blocks things up a little bit. South can't unblock again.
And this is just their agreement for what they do with their honors. They lead the lower of touching, it looks like.
Yeah, it's called Drusa now.
Yep.
A lot of people, experts, play that now. They lead the second from touching. So South.
Gonna play the king
Oh,
of
well,
clubs.
now,
Yeah.
well, now the suit's unblocked anyway. So when North gets in, he'll be able to catch club. So there'll be nothing to this.
And just sort of, we're at the other table. Eddie Wold sitting north, and is it Babu? Is that Venkatro Konru? Is that what they call him?
Colonel K is what he likes to be called.
Colonel K. I like that. That's
He
easier
was a
for me to
colonel.
pronounce.
He was a colonel in the army or one of the branches of the military.
And then
So
Larry Leibowitz and Adam Grossack are west and east, respectively.
if Declare does win the club, gets the spades, and knock out the ace of diamonds, the clubs are still going to be blocked, right?
Oh, because he declared ducked the first trick. Declare already ducked the first trick. So now South's going to play back the ten of clubs.
I don't
Oh,
see
he didn't duck it yet. He didn't duck it yet.
Nope,
Right.
he's
He
just
did not
thinking
duck
about
it
it right
yet.
now.
Okay.
right. I'm suggesting if Declare does win the first club, but the so yeah, he hasn't done it yet.
Yeah, just
He hasn't won it yet.
just in case we had a little delay in the first set of the day, so I just like to refresh just in case we can push it forward a bit, but not happening here. He's just thinking.
Right. If he wins this, the clubs are blocked.
Okay, he's ducked it.
Right. Yeah. Well, then that now the
Now he just gets to lead a club and just unblock the suit, and
now there's no hope for the Declare.
yep.
What if he had won it and plowed diamonds out there? I wonder. Well, the thing is, he'd have to draw trump first, or they'd get a club rough. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how he could have done anything. Now, as to the guess in spades, he if he it looks like the clubs are 5-2 from this. The back of clubs to the king and the 10 looks like king 10 doubleton. So since North has 5 clubs, he's not likely to also have 4 spades. So he might guess the spades right because of that and play the queen of spades now. I think Declare is going to hope that it looks like clubs are 5-2 from the way they were played. He's going to hope South has the ace of diamonds. So maybe he's going to work on diamonds, hope to throw a club from West and trump a club in the West hand. So that would argue against playing the queen of spades now. He doesn't know North has the ace of diamonds. So those who are watching, who might not know about the last 5 years, Eric Rodwell, of course, from the partnership Nextroth and Rodwell, 50 years basically together,
Yeah.
almost. But COVID kind of split them up because Rodwell, let me just look at the play here. He's going after diamonds. think he's just going to play more diamonds. He's going to cash the club, and there's nothing to it. So anyway, during COVID, Rodwell didn't want to get vaccinated, so he couldn't play. And
Yeah.
Mextra would get vaccinated and started playing with Dave Berkowitz. And the partnership was maybe going to be ending anyway, but it's ended for the moment.
It's an all-time. I mean, think about how many match points they went together out of the 100K that and World
Well,
So
Championships.
the vaccination restriction is gone, and now Rodwell can play again. And Doug Simpson and he have known each other forever. Doug probably knows the Rodwell Mextra system better than Rodwell and Mextra. So it was just a natural fit for Doug to play with Rodwell. Now I'm sure he's delighted to have Rodwell available to play with.
Sure.
Yeah, Doug actually played with Walter Johnson, who was a great player and also knew the Meckwell system better than they did, and also helped tremendously in the view graph whenever they were playing. Sort
Yeah,
of
because
like
because of the old school view graph, they don't get the alerts of every bid. He knew everything that they were doing basically and could impart that. That must have been gold.
All right, so now he's just going to
Train.
hope for the heart miracle, and it's not going to come. And
And down one. There we go. Chopping action here on board number 1.
for those of you
12
who
leaves to
don't like the
Simpson.
term chop, it's Rob's borrowing from poker to translate a push or a no swing into a chop.
Yes. Well, I like to, but
Yeah, I never used that term in my day. It was a push or chop.
Yeah,
Must be you
I
have to
play-
be under 50.
yeah, I've played too much poker, and then that's probably exactly why it's stuck in me. And I live with a bunch of bridge playing poker players also, so are used to.
So here, I'm guessing that Simpson will not upgrade this to a 16 plus hand, and he'll just up in one spade.
Got it. Or else he would see the strong club here.
Yeah.
There you go.
Double or 2 diamonds for South.
Yeah. Yes. One of those.
I think I might be 2 diamonds because I'm not dying to bring that major into play with 3 little, and
Mm-hmm.
but I could argue partners are past hands, so game's unlikely. So I think I'd get my diamond suit in, but I could live with double. All right, Daniel agrees with me.
Mm-hmm.
West will be 2 spades. I don't see any reason to make a negative double. And North should be 3 diamonds. Support with support. Well, he does only have 4 high card points. He might not. Now, what will East do? Game try.
There we go.
I think he's good. I think he would have been 3 hearts either
Support.
way, but now his 3 heart bid is just going to be more of an artificial game try than I
Right,
have
this is
spade
like a
heart game
maximal
try.
double situation. Or maximum, this is their game try, and
This is their only game try available.
double would be.
So West will reject, and they'll play in 3 spades.
West is so happy to reject.
Yeah, the game on this layout, game is sort of on the hearts coming in, and then some other little handling stuff. But everything's
If you
friendly,
get to rough a
so
diamond.
yeah, everything's very friendly here. So the
Yeah,
game
there's
will make, but
More than just a little handling stuff.
Yeah, because you have to.
yeah, there's a lot of handling.
Yeah.
You have the
Yeah,
potential heart lizard. You've got a diamond
Luckily,
to take
king.
care of.
It's king in 1 heart, but there's no way to.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Well, even King Third Hearts, you have 2 entries to dummy. It's not terrible. I mean, it's sort of the heart finesse, and then some.
You bang away at diamonds as fast as you
Points.
can to get your rough in there, and then.
Yeah, we've been in worse.
And so, just so you remember, Danny, we used this a couple times last time. In fact, we had some wagering in the last session. We might be able to bring back here. So, Larry, you could teach him. You teach him how Adam taught us how to do it. We have the frequency results. We can see what we did on all these boards. So,
Sure.
if we see something interesting, or if you guys want to continue the tradition, feel free.
Surprised it only made 9 tricks in the other table. It seems like you have to fall into to 10 tricks, unless I'm missing something. All right, so this is going to be a pretty boring three spades to watch. What else can we talk about here? Uh,
Well, I have a message for you, Larry. In the break, I was in the hospitality suite here in Schaumburg, and Olivia Scherzon, the very talented young player who just played in the first round of the trials, wants to have a discussion with you. She's very upset. She followed your rule. She followed the law, and she says she went minus 800, and she's not very happy about that. So, just just letting you know, she's on the hunt for Larry.
well, I have two things to say to that. One is let me see the full deal first and see if you didn't violate like chapter 9 subsection adjusting or something. And two is nothing works all the time. So I have to see the deal before I comment.
Yeah, I will forward her your information, and you guys can hash it out together. But honestly, I'm so happy to see players like her, and there was someone 5 years younger than her playing in the trials this year. So it's really, let's get as many as we can. Here comes the heart, just a heart hop up with the king, and the rest is history here. Just a spade loser, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. How did they only make three at the other table, I wonder?
Yeah, talking about
This was, okay.
Larry's discussion about the law of total tricks. There's something that I like to call the 7-5-7 problem, where the opponents have an 8 card fit. So we're presumably going to have an 8 card fit as well, but sometimes we have 3 7 card fits. And that ends up working very poorly when you compete to the 3 level with just a 7 card fit sometimes. That's
when they
where,
have 8, you don't have to have 8. When they have 9, you do have to have 8.
sure.
So keep that in mind. If they have a 9 card fit, your side wants to have an 8 card fit at least.
You're obviously very likely to have an 8 card fit when they have one. I don't know what the math is on when they have a 9 card fit, how often you also have a 9 card fit.
Yeah, there are mathematicians out there who do that sort of stuff. That's not my thing.
We'll leave it to them.
Yeah, it's not that important anyway, because things like queens in their suit, or as opposed to your suit, are so important compared
more,
to.
more relevant.
Yeah, I actually, when you were discussing that in the first round, I mentioned in the text on Twitch that the real work of the law of total tricks is in your second book, not your first book. The first book introduces the concepts more, and the second book really gets to the meat of the matter with adjustments and double fits and such.
Ability and
Yeah.
shape.
Right, so there's going to be one imp to the Simpson team.
And I believe that this is the match that had the penalty assessed for a device in the playing area. So Leibowitz is minus 10 basically from, and I believe that score is the correct score with that included. We don't have to kind of do the math ourselves, thank goodness. Yep, just double checking that score is correct. Pretty brutal to go minus 10 for just nothing other than, checking a
This board
pocket.
might have been this board might have been a pass out in the old days. Nobody has more than 11 high card points.
But West will bid pretty much 100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, white on red third seat, absolutely. Although this is not an ideal hand for precision system, because you'd
Clubs
like
are
to
lower
pick
than
clubs
diamonds.
naturally.
And just for those of you watching out there, this might look weird. East West are playing a precision system. Not surprising. It's Eric Rodwell in the West chair. So one diamond is just, they can't open a club because that would be their strong opening bid. So diamond is what they need to do here.
Although even natural bidders might open a diamond with 4 diamonds and 5 clubs.
To just bid 2 clubs over the likely 1 spade response, basically, just to avoid the reverse.
Yes.
I've never been a fan of that style myself, but I suspect Daniel bit a no trump. Gets his values across. He's got a good spade stopper. He doesn't worry as much about the minors. It's their nebulous.
It's a pretty good hand for a past hand, right? That's
Yeah, he doubled instead. I would think that many people play that double would show with hard tolerance, which was what he has, but a better club holding than Jack empty fourth.
It looks like he's typing something in possibly here because that's where the alert came from. So we'll get some clarification. I think there we go. Just values. Okay.
And he's referring to a convention that makes people smile. I believe it's a flower called Snapdragon.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny that they're alerting this as 5+ spades, but we talked a little bit about some of the modern agreements where one spade is 4+, or sorry, one no trump and one spade are kind of flopped over here for different reasons. I can't remember if that was with you, Danny, or somebody else, but
it wasn't with me. But I often play that one spade denies spades and one
there it was. Thank you.
5 spades. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you play precision, that 2-club bit guarantees both minors. It doesn't mean I just have clubs. It means at least 9 cards in the minors.
Nice. So East has a nice 2-diamond bid here.
So Larry, hypothetically, what would West have done if they were 1, 4, 3, 5?
1, 4, 3, 5. Yeah, that's the problem hand. Then you have to come up with some sort of lie. But you do not. If you do bid 2 clubs, you're guaranteeing minors. So yeah, you do have to lie just like in any system.
Right. You can't have a
wrong
perfect
hand. And
yeah.
So I think Simpson might compete to 3 diamonds here.
We can see 2 diamonds failed by one trick in the other room.
So he let it go in 2 hearts, which looks to be just a question of over tricks. Look at the spade spots carefully. Can't you make 10 tricks in hearts? Look at those spades.
Looks like it, yeah. 10 of spades, 8 of spades, and then the 5 is, or the 6 is going to hold, right? Do you have enough ways to
there could be an entry. There might be an entry. Yeah, I would think, I mean, the clubs are favorable.
Yeah,
plays very well.
He's likely to shift to a club and set up the 10 of clubs anyway. So they don't. Yeah. You won't need a straight spade finesse.
We won't have to see it.
5 hearts, 3 spades, and 2 clubs.
Right. It looks like 10 tricks no matter what. You're just going to lose 2 diamonds and a club.
Mm-hmm. So that'll be 170 for north-south, and they will win 3 imps.
Yep. And let me just going to take a quick look at the auction they had at the other table. It went a club, a heart, a spade, a no trump. First 4 bids with West starting, and then pass, and East balanced with a double, and they found their way to just 2 diamonds.
So the swing was whether or not to compete with the south hand with Jack and 1 hard opposite, vulnerable overcall.
Yep. And the no trump bid, basically slightly different from the double that was made here as well. All right. Deliberate play so far, it looks like. Not surprising, probably. Eric plays kind of deliberately, I think. Dan also? Or
so does Doug.
Doug too? Okay.
Dan and Z are both fast.
Okay. And the lesson for Leibowitz is don't have a device penalty again. That's all.
Well, there's some danger here if the this heart finesse loses of the opponent's having a nice crush rush, but we can see that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
East was out of clubs, West was out of spades, and
so it could have been.
They were taking a lot, and they were going to take a lot of heart tricks if the heart finesse lost.
Well, and after East showed the ace king of diamonds, it was a pretty good bet that the king of hearts was with West on
Sure, with
this
the diamond
offshore.
opener. And there's the jack of spades, and there is, or even better, yeah. Now he gets to pitch a club that he didn't need to pitch, but it looks
Yeah.
nicer.
Style points for Zia. Not that
Yeah,
he needs. He's probably the league leader in style points.
yeah,
Well, I know Rob, you like to be at the table that's a little behind. I think you're going to have your wish here.
yeah, for sure. This is the way to go. We get
We're going
the
to get comparisons from that other room.
yeah, probably until they have a little slowdown. I tell you, Dana and I yesterday, I think I was telling Larry, it was the slowest set we've seen so far on Love Bridge because there were two tables that were just kind of three boards behind the field, so they will stop the view graph essentially, and you're at the mercy of those tables. So he's got a nice hand after a club opening here.
And it's going to go a strong club, and Zia's
These,
got quite a strong hand as well.
Yeah,
these hands are not good for strong club systems. Four by
four by
one
ones,
minimums
right?
are very difficult to describe. And, he's too strong not to open one club. But actually, these hands are easier to describe when the opponents come in. Then you get to make a takeout
Right.
double.
Do you find that precision pairs will sometimes play one of those mini Romans or bids like that to kind of avoid this sort of, or get one bid to show it, or is it not worth it? It's just one hand.
Only when the short suits diamonds. When the
Got
short
it.
suits diamonds, yeah. Otherwise, you just live with this. And when I opened a club, I would say I overcall one heart because then I can describe my hand perfectly.
Yeah, right.
But East is going to do something here. East could go a game force with clubs, um, five or more clubs, eight or more points, game forcing. That's
So
what I would have done with David.
we've gotten a result from the other room. They were in four spades, two down in the other room, which is
Wow.
certainly a potential pickup for the Simpson team
For
here.
sure. There you go. That's your
Five clubs is just going to require spade guess. Is that right?
Yeah, there's a lot of handling though. I would guess they're going to get to five clubs,
Yeah.
and there is a fair amount of handling involved. So, aside from the spade guess, because once you
Good.
drew a trump,
good non-vulnerable three heart bid here. Just kind of,
That's what we were talking about earlier. When you interfere with a strong club, the goal is to get the responding hand to preempt to the 3 level. So, fortunately for East West, they've already found their fit. It's just
yeah.
a question
The
of how
benefits of the two club bid. Yeah, Larry, they're asking what do you think about Simpson's natural game force, and that's what you kind of predicted it to begin with, right? This is what you would have done with.
I would just keep it simple. I have five or more clubs and eight or more points and an ace in their suit. But some players they tend to treat it as a balanced hand and
That's
not
exactly
show
the question. Yeah.
But I found, hey, you can show a 5 card suit, show it. So I would have been what Simpson did.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, especially when the opponents are white against red, and there's a fair chance that the next hand is going to preempt. You want to get your suits in, and when they do preempt, that means the partner has a singleton heart, and therefore clubs might be very much the right spot.
And so, for those of you that just might hop in here and see what's going on, just always look at that auction in the upper left-hand corner. Whenever you see a little gray box, those bids aren't necessarily what you would think they are. So
You'll have to excuse me for a moment, gentlemen. I have a phone call.
you
I'll be back.
are okay, Danny. Thank you.
5 clubs at imps is a contract you would want to be in. Sort of on the jack of spades, and they don't always defend right. You might get help on opening lead.
And Eric
Maybe
loves
they
the
lead
two
away
club
from queen of
response, right?
diamonds.
This is
Yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
Makes his hand good. They might lead away from a queen of diamonds or something. Notice it's going to be played by West, even though East is the one who bid clubs naturally.
That's right. Right.
And you can't lead out of turn since they're playing.
That is the
Tablets.
tablet benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting that the way they do this event is there's two players sitting in a room. Zia is sitting in a room with Doug Simpson, and Daniel Corbell is sitting in a room with Eric Waddle. It might have been interesting to have those two all-time greats sitting together in the same room.
Yeah, that and I'm showing everyone that's watching a quick picture of what that looks like with you and Bob Hammond. Right, same thing as last year. That's what we're looking at: two people in a room playing bridge. And here's a 4 club bid by Eric.
So yeah, that was a little weird for me, just sitting in a room with
Yeah,
Bob Hammond, maybe the greatest player of all time, and battling one on one.
yeah.
Intense.
And can can you maybe not on Bob Hammond obviously, but you can get maybe Dana was mentioning you can get maybe a little more of a read on your opponent because they're more willing to be emotionally open in rooms of that nature where it's just you and the other person, you know.
Yeah, Peter Weichsel was very emo. I remember him banging his fist on the table after one particular board. He is pretty much it. All right, so 4 clubs
They
was
found their
game.
way.
They were in a game 4, so 4 clubs, and then of course Simpson. He did have the ace of hearts, but he had bad trump and a dead minimum, so he signed up in 5 clubs. So Zia is probably going to lead a heart, and I wonder if Rodwell will run this to his queen. It's not like it doesn't really give him a pit. Like it'll give him a discard on the ace of hearts,
Hmm.
and he doesn't really need a discard on the ace of hearts, but it will help a
It'll help.
lot with the handling.
He doesn't have to
So
rough as many hearts, right?
I wonder if he'll run it. I wonder if Zia might lead a low trump though. All right, so now the question is, will Declare run this to his queen or not? I'm not quite sure. Because if this loses to the king, he's just down.
Yeah, it's brutal. Is it
What does he
worth?
gain? Yeah, what does he gain if the queen of hearts wins? It makes it a little easier. Just
He still has to guess
comfort.
spades, though, right?
Oh yeah,
Whether he does, yeah, whichever he does, because he's still
right.
gonna be
But he
stuck with
could
the king.
go. Rodwell could go. I don't know if I said Z. I meant Rodwell. He could go ace of hearts, ruffle heart, and then work on trump. It was, there's that nine of
Uh,
clubs is out there
yeah,
lurking. It's a little uncomfortable.
the other room we've seen from a while ago, as you saw, 4 spades was in the west down 2, and they are pulling away at the other table. They're on board 21 right now.
Yeah, 4 spades is not an attractive. I mean, the 4-3 fits sometimes okay, but not when you have to rough in the long hand. West had the 4 card spade suit and the short hearts, and
Yeah, yeah, that's
it
not
was
that you get
uncomfortable.
tapped out way too quickly there.
Although they might lead away from the king of hearts and 4 spades, but even so, you still have troubles.
And you have to handle the spade suit on top of that with only having 7. Not too clear.
5 clubs is a much better game.
And this is a hefty swing if they can make this.
Yeah. Well, 3-0 by West would have been lucky. I don't think North would have lit the king of hearts, but
But yeah,
they were not gonna they
they
were
weren't
not
going to
gonna
beat
get
it.
to 3-0.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna get to 3-0. So I think he will guess the jack of spades eventually because once he plays on trumps and North is going to show up with 3 clubs and 5 hearts,
I can
and
read
then
like a 5-3-3
he
too.
can
You can
even
rough a
play out
diamond.
some diamonds.
Yeah,
It's going to be clear that North is the one. If anyone is short in spades,
that
it's
makes
North.
sense.
So the odds favor
And he'll have
South.
time. He'll have time to
Uh,
even, like you said, just maybe rough a diamond, see what's going on, and have a pretty reasonable idea by the time he plays on that suit. Just taking his time here, though. Just making sure. And this is we saw Eric a lot yesterday. Especially at this point in the hand, it's a smart time to get your plan set before you play a card.
Right, and one of those intangible advantages I was thinking about, is tangible, I guess, of letting this run to the Queen of Hearts is then you will have the luxury of playing out all those other suits and back and forth, and by the time he plays
Oh, yeah,
spades, okay, so he
yeah,
didn't
he
want
didn't
to
want to
risk
risk
it
it.
all that trick one. So now it's going to be more work.
Now it's fun. I mean, is he going to rough a heart first and then just put a club on the table? Is that the best?
Or just play clubs. It's not clear.
Because he may at some point be able to shake a heart on a spade as well if he navigates those waters well. No, sorry, they have the 8, 7, 6.
Yeah, that's it. You could see now why the luxury of letting it run to the Queen of Hearts, because now there's so much work.
Yeah. All right, so club to the
that he,
king here.
Zia will probably duck just on general principles.
Right, no reason.
It just gives you much more control of just a good general principle. You can't see what good it's going to do you, but it's a good principle to duck with North's hand and just retain so much more flexibility.
And you can still exit safely with ace of clubs club if you need to the next time,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you just have all of that control there. Now what? Because he could take away the second heart ruff if he tries to lead trump right now, right? Zia, he just wins the club.
Yeah, he absolutely can. And but now, South's going to eventually get into trouble. South can't keep 4 spades and 4 diamonds all day. So it's going to get very complicated.
Okay.
So I think Z is going to win this and play another club. He can see that that will keep Broadwell from roughing both hearts.
Right, and he knows that exactly what's likely to happen if he doesn't lead a club here. And nothing else looks pretty appetizing either.
Yeah, so he leads a club here, and South can throw a heart. And then when declarer,
he'll win it in his hand, right, and want to lead a spade at this point,
right? Because he's already getting the feeling. Now he knows North has 5 hearts, presumably, and 3 clubs.
And 3 clubs,
so
right?
He's starting to get a feeling that spades are 4-2, most likely.
And here's the club.
Which he can win in either hand. Well, I don't think he's going to ruff a heart now, because that would take away.
Right, I think
they get in and they can cash it.
He's just going to play a spade, right?
Play spades now. Yeah, he's going to play spades now. He might end up making this on a squeeze against South.
That would be amazing.
The Queen.
That's right, because he can still ruff a diamond and dummy and shorten Zia's hand. And now you came back at an interesting time, Danny. We're in 5 clubs still. Wow. I think you might have left at this hand.
I did.
But it's been a pretty complicated play so far. We're to the spade guess now. Here it comes.
Yeah, it seems like it's down to just the spade guess, right?
Well, it's more than that, though. He can't ruff both hearts.
Got 2 hearts over there.
Oh, right.
Look at the spades here now. But by the way,
you can just cover
this.
Yeah.
Well, but Northwest can duck if he thinks North has ace and a spade, which is a good. But I don't think he's going to make it on a squeeze, no matter, isn't he? He's going to fall into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he's going to fall into it. I'm giving him 600.
Danny, would you like to take the other side of that? This is an opportunity for you. Larry's made a prediction here.
Yeah, well, I've had 10 minutes to analyze this one.
Exactly. I'm helping you, Larry.
I'm giving. Well, now it's really easy.
Now he's gonna make.
Now he doesn't need the squeeze. I would have liked the squeeze better.
I know that was more exciting.
Yeah. So 600. This deal's over. He can claim.
That's a big 13 for
huge.
And I'm going to score that as a victory for precision, since I like precision.
Well, did you guys take a look and see what the auction was at the other table? They got to a 4-3
Uh,
split instead of a 4-5.
yeah, I can tell you that right now.
Right, before you go, notice
I won't
here,
go anywhere.
if he played the jack of clubs, that would have been the squeeze if he needed it.
Right.
He didn't need it. Okay.
The spade finesse was working at that point.
Right.
So on board 19, their auction was a diamond by West, one heart overcall, double, and then three hearts, and Leibowitz just jumped to four spades.
Oh, I see. So East made an off-shape negative double.
Yeah, and they just hopped to four spades, and then down two ensued. So Simpson, big lead now, 23. I mean, big-ish. It's early. Anything could happen, but that was a nice chunk of imps to go to.
One last thought about that last hand. So when I won a diamond, a heart at the other table, if East West were playing the style where double is 4 or 5 spades and one spade denied was like a negative double without spades, that would have worked very well in this hand. Would have got a diamond, a heart, a spade, no 4 spades, 3 hearts, and now West would know that they have a minor should fit somewhere, and they would have played 5 of a minor. And in this case, they would have played clubs as well.
Lots of you watching out there today. Don't forget, drop your questions, comments for our commentators, or anything you see at the bridge tables. Let us know you're watching.
Here is to avoid slam off the first 2 chicks.
Yeah. In fact, we're at the other good thing about being at a relatively slow table is we'll get more of the look at what has transpired in this hand, and there's at least one taker of a slam already, Larry, in the nickel match.
Well, I would think this is a normal 3-heart rebid, especially in precision when you've denied a big hand, to show a self-sufficient suit. So what's this artificial 2 spades all about?
Well, let's find out.
Because to me, this is a classic 3-heart rebid.
Yeah, there it is. Either 6+ hearts, no side suit, or clubs. So they must pack that into this sequence.
Yeah. But what would 1 heart, 2 diamonds, 3 hearts be?
Good question. One pair actually played 5 diamonds in the East on this deal as well. The rest are just in 4 hearts.
So without knowing the system, I'm guessing 2-no-S for clarification.
And we'll see what 3 diamonds is. There you go. Okay, I have 6 hearts, but again, not.
Did he show extras with the 2 spade call?
It didn't say. It just said either 6+ hearts, no side suit, or 5 clubs.
Well, this could end up in a very awkward spot, although we can see that the clubs are 4-4, so 3-no trump would still come in.
Rosenthal-Bramley continues to be a very tight match. Only 4 imps swinging in that match so far. Joster had a nickel early, and Fleischer continuing to press their advantage.
They see you on camera. What I got a healthy green juice.
Nice.
I call it frog juice.
Healthy
I better
first.
drink it. Where's my soda? Are you guys gonna say whether I drink this juice or a soda?
I've got my.
It's got.
I just had water.
Oh, it's got some green apple in it.
Dana had a little wine with the broadcast the other night. I like that trend too for the evening matches. He's going to bid 4 hearts here, right?
I'm not sure why he would. Presumably he's shown 6 hearts. Maybe he might think he's too good to pass 3-no.
Or does he just think he didn't show a solid enough? I guess whatever. He has to expect he's got 6 hearts.
Yeah. Partner said, "All right, let's play 3-no."
Okay, yeah. There you go.
We're gonna luck out. It's not the right contract.
They're the only pair to play 3-no. Luckily, clubs are 4-4. There you go, Dan.
All right, so they're gonna do for this. If they had played four hearts from the west, if they played four hearts, Z would have had to lead the ace of clubs to stop the two imps going the other way because you can see that east west have,
Just gonna rip off diamond tricks and say bye bye.
yeah, they have 13 tricks once you don't cash your spades, your clubs rather.
Actually, they have like 14 tricks, as it turns out.
Yeah. And when there's 14, there's usually 15. All right.
So surprising, Juster up 21-2 in this set. So taking the lead on nickel. I'm getting a lot of time left, but I don't mind seeing some good results from these teams. There you go. 9 tricks, lose 2.
Oh, that's a big part of luck when you play the wrong contract and survive it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Ooh, look at this result from the other table. 5 hearts doubled down 4 in the east.
That's a wild looking.
Now we're looking at a hand here, guys. 6-6
Well,
in the
four
south.
spades. Yeah, well, four
Sorry,
spades
7-5.
makes. Yeah, four spades is a make. The 800's not a big deal against 650-ish. So,
Yeah.
but four spades hasn't made yet.
In fact,
I don't
a couple clubs
see it making.
and a couple
Yeah, four
spades,
spades.
right?
Four spades has got a bazillion losers if they get the trumps going, especially.
Well, that's a pretty wild deal.
You like Michaels here to start with? Or
No.
do you like just showing spades? You have 7 spades and 5 clubs.
7-5. Some of the younger players just bid four spades with this hand. That seems to be the new thing, which I could live with just bidding four spades over.
Sure. We saw something similar to that with a hand like this the other day. Actually, it was a major minor type situation, and that was the bid at a lot of tables.
Well, what was the auction at the other table?
I will tell you right now. If I can.
I mean, North certainly could have opened. I mean, Zia was very disciplined to not preempt in diamonds. I'll bet some people opened 3 diamonds.
Yeah, so this one started with just a heart. South did bid 2 hearts, 3 hearts, pass 4 hearts, 4 spades. Pass, 5 hearts, and then North took out the hammer after that.
So Will Simpson re-up the double here?
Yes, I think so. Especially playing a big club system where you're limited. Absolutely. I think he should reopen with a double, and Broadwell would be happy to pass. So I think this is going to be a huge pickup for the Simpson team. Even if he just passes, it'll be a huge pickup.
Yeah.
This will be easy to defend with a heart lead and an obvious trump switch.
Yep.
So that'll hold. If they'll have 5 spades and two high clubs of 7, will they have time to set up that 5th club?
I think still only 1.
Well, let's see what happens here. There's the heart lead as expected.
Yeah, he'll lose 1 spade, 1 heart, and 2 clubs.
All right, 6 spades.
Well, when they play spade and a spade, they won't get a trump trick.
Right.
Actually, declare could unblock the queen of spades, spade to the ace, and he unblocks the queen.
We're actually
certainly. I think he can go down 1.
We're in the most common contract. 4 tables, 4 spades doubled down 1 exactly, and then 2 other tables just 4 spades down 1.
So Rodwell's considering ducking.
Yeah, he might. It's the same trick, right? Because
he
lets declare off a club, but then he'll get a trump trick. So it's like it's an even trade for him to play the low one. So as long as he doesn't play the jack,
right?
I think we can safely say the jack.
Yes. Some of my partners will play the jack. I'm not going to lie, but that's okay.
two out of three to get this right. He pretty much knows the whole hand. I mean, he knows his partners basically 1, 5, 3, 4. In fact, he can be sure of that, right? Think about it.
Unless it's
He
part of
knows about the 5 hearts and the 1 spade,
Yeah.
yeah.
and he can't have 4 diamonds because there's only 13 diamonds. So he knows the whole shape. So he
The
knows
only-
He knows the whole
void
shape, yeah.
diamonds. He
The only
knows
possibility is
first
that
7,
somehow East is 5-5 in hearts and clubs, 1-5-2-5, for example. He chose to react.
doubles. I don't think he would. Yeah, that would be pretty bizarre. But yeah, pretty much he knows everyone's shape. I love these deals where you can know everyone's shape for chip too. I get a kick out of those. I collect them.
Only if you're thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Caveat. So Claire can figure out here that he does have the control to set up the 5th club because he draws the trump, ace, king, give up a club, get back in, give up a club. So yeah, down only 1. So that's what, 14 imps, I think. There's 1,014 imps.
That's a lot, yeah. A big one. So this match quickly getting distance here with these 2 big results. And again,
strange
this
5 heart bid.
definitely the most common result this will be the 5th time this result is duplicated throughout the matches. Here he goes.
5 heart bid at the other table. Wow. Not a good bid.
Yep. Paid for. Right.
With only 5 hearts.
All right. It's a question in the chat. What are the modern thoughts with preempting with 4 major? And I think the reason we were talking about it with this hand is just the wild shape of it and the fact that it was a reasonable suit. But what do you guys think, kind of how it's evolved in this way?
Larry, your thoughts?
Well, I would preempt with the side 4-card major if my suit's good and the major's bad. Here, the discipline. Zia took the discipline pass.
Yeah,
which,
not
you know,
bad.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that with King 10 4 of hearts, and the hand has so much potential in the major that I think the book would say not to preempt. But if it was 4 little hearts, then it would preempt.
Different spot. Yeah.
I'm guessing Danny's would say pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, I'm on the same page there.
Great. And thank you, Anatoly, for that chat. Keep them coming, kids.
All right, so notice that they, in the precision system, not only the 1 diamond opening with the club, where you normally open a club, but they open pretty much all 11-point hands. And you wouldn't want to open that hand playing a standard system.
Not even
but
me.
They're protected from the fact that their partner knows their range is roughly 11 to 15. All right, so the redouble shows hearts to transfer.
Notice also that South made what would traditionally be an off-shape takeout double, but
because diamonds is nebulous, it's
just more. I have 4-4 or 4-3 in the majors and some points. And here Zia is obviously going to bid some number of clubs, which won't make Corbel happy, but he's got the clubs to support that.
I think he's going to bid 3 clubs. It just looks like a 3-club bid.
And Larry, you've mentioned many times, and it's such a good thing to discuss for the people that aren't familiar with precision. It's such a huge advantage in situations to know a partner cannot have more than 15 points. Like in the last hand where if they're bidding at that high level, they have that safety net that they can't have a huge hand there, basically.
Yeah, it's not just the big club that's a winner. It's that when you open 1 diamond, 1 heart, 1 spade, you're limited to 15. That's very helpful. So Zia bid 1 more than I guessed. I'm sure South is totally thrilled by that 4-club bid. And,
Murphy's Law.
I wonder if Rodwell's going to... I think Rodwell's just going to let it go, but...
They have 4 top tricks against.
He does have a good hand opposite an opener, but he knows it's a precision opener too, I guess. And he's showing just hearts with the redouble, right? Nothing.
Yeah. Didn't show any.
Well,
Yeah, just let it go.
I think four clubs is going to make. By the way,
Two
think it's gonna-
clubs and two
Oh, yeah.
two spades.
He's got a.
yeah. Well, who's on lead?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
There you
Shake
go.
a spade.
Right?
See you later.
Shake
Sorry,
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I said four clubs.
You should have bet me. I would have bet you. I thought Eric was on lead
Yeah,
for a
I said
second.
four clubs. Yeah. He's going to make four clubs. I know you would have let it fade, but I would have let hearts and minus 130.
So this is going to be like a win-1 for North-South, I think, as it turns out. Four hearts was played in the other room.
So it's a good thing he didn't double four clubs. Which, incidentally, it would go through my thought process. Hey, partner's going to lead a heart here, and I five to the jack. I'm not on lead, so I better not double.
Yeah, at the other table, I went normal club opening, double, redouble, two diamonds, and then it was pass, two hearts, three hearts, four hearts. You can see how that makes a lot of sense. Adam Grossack choosing to open the 11-point hand, even with a non-precision system. I think they don't play. So obviously they don't play precision because they open a club, but it's aggressive.
Yeah, I think playing a standard style when you're 4-3-3 and you're vulnerable against not, and you have 11 okay-ish points, but not great, I would tend to just let it go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Should balance 12. I'm okay with opening all 12s, but the 4-3-3 11s, no.
Yeah, agreed.
Simpson hoping to find partner with the queen of diamonds, but he won't, and that's the end of this.
Yeah, don't claim. So you will claim now. You won't see. Don't need to play out any more tricks. You can click the claim. There's a button. It says claim that they can click, just like when you play bridge online.
Yeah, there it is. And that's a pretty normal underlead of ace situation there too. That's kind of his last hurrah there to see if he can find a trick in partner's hand, right? It's one.
Yeah, maybe set it an extra trick also in the process. The rough.
Yeah. The dream scenario. All right. Doug has a very nice hand here. Is Zia going to do something in front of him? Or sorry, is Eric just going to open two spades here?
I would think he would.
It's a pretty good suit.
It's not my style, second seat vol.
It is the worst kind of shape to have for this, right?
Mm-hmm. He's 6-3-2-2 and he is second seat vol, but you know, there's something about King Jack 10-8 6 to spades. Doesn't make me
If I
thrilled.
were playing with David and he opened two spades vol second seat, I would bid six spades with the east hand. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I would certainly.
David's a solid customer.
Oh my God, second seat vol. David's weak twos look like strong twos. I would bid four spades with east and
David, know you were maybe underbidding.
Yeah, David wouldn't have. He would pass for sure with the west hand, as would I. Second seat vulnerable to me. That weak two bid shows something.
Got it. In fact,
well, I don't know their system, but I bet that shows the worst.
Right.
Let's see what the alert is.
So I'm gonna sweat the opening bid at each of these tables here. So yep, there is a pass.
What did three diamond show? North's double gets to double in case his partner is on lead against 3-0 or something. Did three diamond show bad hand, bad suit or something? Can you highlight that?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Minimum no 4+ hearts, so they get to kind of suss out the possibility of that. Get a little lead direct in the north hand. So I have to tell you, gentlemen, I'm looking at every time this hand was played, and only two other pairs have opened two spades or the equivalent with the west hand. So most of the field second seat red is kind of letting discretion be the better part of valor here.
Were they all juniors?
The one was got to open 2 diamonds showing this sort of hand, and they actually won the board. They got to play 2 spades. That was Gavin and Chris Walenkin, actually. And the other player was a younger player, I believe, yes.
A younger player.
Yes.
So Lee Simpson took Rodwell's second seat vulnerable preempt a little more seriously than perhaps Rodwell did and drove the game.
Diamond lead, 4 spades isn't that bad. You could throw a diamond on the club. And certainly on this layout, he doesn't have any chance, but you know, it's not so bad now. I think it's not going to go down only 1, so it'll end up being a push.
No, they were in 3 spades making it the other time.
Oh,
3 spades making.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Why was I thinking 3 spades down 1? Yeah, so rule was 6 simps. But Rodwell's got to have his hopes up now. Did Zia lead? What were his clubs to start with? 9-8 Doubleton, was it?
No, South has a 9. They're playing it on this
So
track.
he just played it. So he led low. He led low from a Doubleton. What was his
I can tell you.
clubs?
You want to find out trick 1?
Yeah. Did he
Yeah.
lead low from a Doubleton?
He led the 6 of clubs and then played the 8 next. Yep.
Wow. I know Zia does weird stuff. That's pretty
We
weird.
don't want to do that. And that's not that they would have to kind of let their opponents know they were doing stuff. That's just him choosing to do something odd here, do you think?
Zia being Zia.
So it is. Does he have to play a diamond now to set this?
Because he's going to...
Oh, well, if he had run that to the 10, what if he had run that to his 10 of hearts and played the king of spades?
If he does that, if he plays the king of spades,
There he goes. He's going
doesn't the six of spades come into play?
Well, look. If he had played the king of spades,
It does come into the 6 of spades.
Oh, the 6 of
promoted.
spades.
Yep.
Look how that low club lead fooled the rival.
Wow.
No idea this was going to get rough. Wow. That's very unfair. That he led low from a
Do you think Dan was
tricky.
also like...
Zia loves these things.
Well, Dan knew what was going on. He could see all the clubs.
Well, now he's going to get another rough, isn't he? Going to get a hard rough now. He's going to get another rough. He's going to set it 2.
It's amazing.
Life with Zia. Look at this.
Yeah,
now he's
because
going to
go
get a hard
spade
rough.
to the ace, a little heart through for the 5 of spades or 6 of spades score.
Well, no, he's just going to get a rough. He's
That's
gonna
what I
get a
mean.
hard
Yeah,
rough.
he's going to get a heart through for the
Oh,
6
yeah,
of
yeah,
spades.
yeah, right. Not a promotion.
No, not at all. Just scores.
Zia lives to these things. Anyway, it's good to have Zia back. For those that don't know, Zia, he has a bit of serious health issues, and it's great that he was able to get to the stage and be back at this event.
And also make a terrific play like that to just
He loves
get
those
an
things.
extra little free cheddar there. All right, 3-0 in the West at the other table. That looks like a pretty reasonable contract here.
This might be the hand that you need to bet that all 8 pairs are going to be in 3-0 Trump ladder.
Right.
I know you,
Yeah.
Don't ruin any.
This looks like everyone's 3-0.
This is
That's
Danny.
14 to 16.
Did you know where Larry lost big last time? He bet that exact thing, and one pair was in 4-0.
I was actually in the chat last time. I don't know if you saw me.
I wasn't sure which one you were actually, but I figured that one of those guys was you.
So
Well, it was ridiculous that they got to 4-0.
It's Brad and Joe ruined your day.
Terrible.
This looks like a classic hand where you would want to bid puppet statement with the East hand and find a potential 5-3 major suit fit if you
Yep.
have one. You put a small Doubleton on the
There, if
side.
possible.
So I'm suspecting we'll see some sort of puppet here.
Do we think it's 2-0 puppet or 3 clubs puppet?
We think it's 2-0 for
There it
sure.
is. That's
Wait,
the
I only see 8 tricks. I don't see the ninth trick yet in 3-0. Does anyone see the ninth
four
trick?
diamonds, 2 hearts is 6. Yeah, I only see 8 tricks also. In fact, that the
Well, on a club lead, perhaps from
you need a
North.
little help, right?
Well, but would you? In fact, I don't even know if it can make double dummy. Yeah, maybe I don't. I think 3-0's
Because
down.
clubs are dead for you,
Is,
basically, right?
well,
Clubs are
is three
dead.
no is 3-0 making it every table or
No,
it's
it's
being
going
at every
down
table?
everywhere but 2 tables.
Yeah, yeah, looks like it's down.
One table made 5, so that gives you the typical bridge result. So let's see what 3 clubs is here. It's just no 5 card major. Good, and there you go. East knows enough. Bid 3 no. What do you lead with Zia's hand?
Spade leader.
I was just gonna say like a high spade.
I'd be tempted by the Jack of Hearts too.
Yeah, but I don't see any reason to lead a club. But
Yeah,
they don't have any. They don't have an 8 card major suit
there's the
fit.
Jack of
So
Hearts for you. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and
So
you're kind of
I
just
don't.
worried about leading into the teeth of declares cards, right? So you're going to avoid that.
Yeah, there's a 5 card King Jack 10 fifth of clubs I could see leading, but not King Jack 10 fourth. So,
Cool.
but I don't see this making. Do you guys? So how did it make at the other table? What was the ninth trick?
There, there's only one table that actually made more than
Well,
this, and that was another
in
table.
this
So
match,
yeah, sorry, I'm looking at it right now. Jack of Hearts lead. So that was
where's the ninth trick?
they took the Ace of Hearts, King of Hearts. Lost the Diamond Finesse in the second round. Queen of Spades came back.
Yeah,
That's still
can't
okay.
see it.
They ran diamonds, and I think they had a pitching problem, possibly.
There is no problem though. Do you agree?
Agreed. They played Ace of Spades.
Neither
Oh no, they
neither
just
player.
North came. Here's what happened. North came down to King Jack third of clubs, and now Larry just played a low club. It went 9 Queen, and North was then played into giving a club trick at the end.
Wow.
North King Jack low of clubs, not
Yes,
King Jack 10 of
the 10
clubs. It's
went
almost
away. Yeah, so he had King
like one
Jack
of those one
4 at
suit
the
squeeze
end.
things. It's
King
one of
Jack
those one
4.
suit squeeze jobs.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yep, so the 10 of
Oh,
clubs went away at some point.
maybe he couldn't keep the spade because there was no spade winner. If South led the queen of spades and it held, maybe he got one suit squeezed. Clubs. I shouldn't throw around terms like that, but what I'm trying to say is that if in the ending North is down to only clubs, if he keeps King Jack 10, declare ducks a club to him, and if he keeps King Jack low, he can get 7 low,
Yeah,
whatever thrown in.
he could have
So
pitched a
maybe
spade at some point, but he pitched the 10 of clubs instead. And I think he might have been anticipating something there, but it ended up biting him when it came back to the end position there.
I could see it getting a little dicey for North.
We can definitely look at that if you guys want afterwards. It was an interesting line there to make it.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get to something similar here.
Sure.
So now North has to, on the run of the diamonds, North is going to have to find 3 discards, right?
Yep.
So if he throws 3 spades away, that's too many because now he can get screwed in clubs. So he has to keep 2 spades.
And throw 1 club.
He can throw 1 club and 2 spades. That's what he needs to do.
And I think at some point, the North player at the other table was going through this process, pitching spade, and then pitched 10 of clubs, or in some order like that.
So if South had played a spade honor and we came down to the same spot that Larry was talking about, now declare can cash the ace of spades, tripping North of their last spade and play a club. Is that what ended up happening?
That's exactly
Right,
what ended up happening.
But I think maybe North had no way out of this.
Yeah, I think South can't afford to play a spade.
Wow, this is like Geza Hot League stuff.
All right, so here comes the first pitch. And Zia can see, you can kind of see something is about to happen here.
Yeah, and you don't want to give it away by your tempo. You kind of want to plan in advance what you're going to discard so that you don't take forever at the key moment.
Right.
And Z has been around the block a few times and can envision
All right, there's the spin.
potential trouble.
There, it did pitch.
So he threw a spade and then a club. So he should be okay now. Now he can throw another spade, right?
Yep.
Right.
And now he throws a spade.
The difference is in the other table, the South played the spade,
Yeah, they had played a spade already, and then.
and that changed the timing of the hand. Right?
Well,
Yeah,
also
maybe
and
maybe
also
now
they pitched
North
the
was
10 of
truly
clubs.
doomed.
Yeah.
Maybe North truly was doomed. If there was one extra, it might have tightened up rectified the count, sort of. Yeah, Declara can't do anything here.
Done.
Yeah,
He's hoping.
It's pretty. It's pretty. Well, he just needs a club finesse,
Yeah.
basically.
And yeah, if you're joining us, we are looking at probably what is going to end up being the last 5 or 6 boards of this set. Quarterfinal segment 2 out of 8. So lots of bridge to go, but exciting stuff already. Give you
So
a little,
since there's nothing he could do here, Rob, why don't we look and let's
Well,
see if at the other table
let's do
is
it. Yeah,
legitimate what
that's
happened.
great.
Yeah.
So
I have a
here we
feeling
are,
that Queen of
24.
Spades that Queen of Spades.
So
Yeah,
here
might
was
have-
Jack of Hearts, just kind of like the same way we started here. 10 of Hearts to
Right.
the Ace.
Right now, the finesse
Here's the
loses. Now this Queen
diamond.
of Spades. This Queen of Spades might have done the defense in.
So here it was, Queen of Spades.
Right. Right.
He
Stop
dug
there
now
for a
the
second.
heart.
Yeah.
Yep. And now it
Yeah.
goes heart to the king.
Right. Can you click the double dummy now?
Yep.
Now maybe it's a make.
It is
Yeah,
a
it is
diamond.
a make
Yep,
now.
it is a make.
Yep.
Because
Go
now
ahead,
North,
go ahead. Let's
take
follow
a
it
look.
through.
Let's watch.
North's going to really get squeezed.
Pitch that 10 of clubs. Pitch the spade.
Yep. And now he's
Now
squeezed.
has to pitch a
He has
spade.
to throw a spade, and now the ace of spades.
And now watch this play here. Ace of spades,
Beautiful play
stripping
by
them.
Declarer. Yeah.
Very
yeah.
nicely
See,
done
and
by
if he-
Woodruss.
Right.
Wow.
And if he had kept King Jack 10 of clubs, he'd be and played anyway. He was one suit squeezed in clubs, and
Well-
South's Queen of Spades play set that.
It
the
looked
timing
like
in-
didn't Eddie predict this too? Is that why he pitched the 10 of clubs early? Is he like, okay,
Yeah,
I
in
don't
case
want
his
to end up
partner
with
had the
this?
eight, right?
Right.
His partner had the 8.
So he tried to
His
get off it
partner had the
here,
9-8.
seeing it coming,
Yeah.
and then the train just ran over him anyway. Couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah, he needed South to have the 9-8 of clubs. So
Yeah.
that was beautiful, fascinating stuff.
Well
I don't
done,
know if any
Larry
of our
Leibowitz.
audience is following that, but I'm following it.
I like that we're appreciating really good bridge there. Awesome. And that's 10 imps for Leibowitz, and well deserved. Player and team.
Wow, wow, that's
Now we're back at it. 16 points is the margin now.
It's a little hard to criticize Colonel K, who is South in the other room, for
The spade
making
play.
a spade shift. It's hard to see why that's going to
Cost an issue, right?
end up playing partner, but
it was a variation of the basic squeeze premise of tightening up the count. There's still a sort of a squeeze without the count, but same premise. Wow.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah.
So the match is going on. There's only one match that's kind of a little bit of a distanced match as far as the teams. It's Fleischer Bailey, but the other match is relatively close. In fact, we are at the third widest margin, or the second widest margin, but still pretty close here. Lots of bridge left.
So North South did well here to push East request up a bit. Are they too high now? Let's see. They're going to lose two hearts, two clubs.
Seems like
I
all.
guess they can
That's
make three hearts,
that's
right?
it though, right? The diamonds well, yeah, the diamonds are gonna hook or pitch, right?
Well, you can
On the
pitch
spades.
diamond. Yeah, so I guess three hearts are okay. Four hearts at the other table was not a terrible spot.
This will be a Leibowitz swing again, I suppose. Getting even closer.
No, this swing is for the Simpson team. They're going to win six, aren't they? They stopped in three hearts. They're going to win six.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong side. Yeah, apologies. So this will be a Simpson swing. Excuse me. They're playing it that way. All right, let's take a little peek. The other table is just about a board and a half ahead of us, so we'll get some result sweats for the rest of the time, it looks like. I'm looking forward to well, you'll see. Some interesting boards coming up. Yeah, and right now the match that's the furthest ahead, meaning time wise, is Rosenthal Bramley, and that's something that a lot of people in the chat wouldn't be predicting.
I assume that means that Woolsey and Bramley haven't had a lot of long relay auctions.
Probably not. In fact, maybe they're not playing. I don't know.
Now they're four-handed.
Oh, sorry. Oh, wow, what a grind.
One advantage to tablets that nobody talks about in all the arguments is you won't run out of pass cards in your bidding box against a long relay auction. So that's one more advantage for electronic.
We did figure out
live.
We did figure out how Lovebridge handles those long auctions. The bids just keep going. Like maybe almost, if it was an exceptionally long auction, you might be covering some cards at some point, but they make it work.
Well, I know the longest possible auction is like, I think it's 1,200 calls.
Oh, because of doubles and redoubles? And
Yeah,
passes,
one
excuse
club
me.
pass,
Oh,
pass,
gosh.
double, pass, pass,
Yeah,
three,
right,
double,
right.
pass, pass, one diamond, pass, pass. I believe it's like 1,400 calls.
That sounds, yeah.
And I'm gonna take 2 seconds, guys. I just need to step away. Be right back, I promise.
You know the number of possible auctions. I don't know if you're into that kind of stuff, Danny.
No, I don't.
How
I
many
mean,
possible auctions there are?
I used to look at that sort of stuff when I was a kid, looking at the Encyclopedia of Bridge, but
Oh, it's beyond ridiculous. It's like
yeah,
more than the number of grains of sand in the earth. It's like some
yeah.
ridiculous number.
Well, and the number of possible ways you can shuffle 52 cards is the one that's really fun. If you want
You're talking about the cheaters or the honest people?
to, yeah.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
say you have to shuffle seven times to make it legitimate. I have my doubts about that.
What do you think about it being illegal to deal 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slide it back the other way?
Legal? I mean, I know it's not pure. It's not the best statistical way to do
But
it.
apparently, like the ACBL deems that as not a legal deal of the cards. Actually,
Yeah, well, they should because it's
it's ghoulieing the deck up, goulashing.
yeah. It's not as you're putting two cards in a row for possibly a previous
From a
deal that
random
weren't
deal. I
shuffled.
see.
14. So I guess he decided not to open a 14 to 16 no trump. He actually downgraded his hand. Maybe
Interesting.
vulnerable is 14 plus. So East has treated his hand as not enough for a 14 to 16 no trump.
2 clubs is just some sort of raise here, right? For
Yeah, I'm guessing that's they play some sort of transfers where 2 clubs is a transfer to the Q bid. So it's like a limit
Right.
raiser by hearts.
That's a popular treatment nowadays too, right? In these situations.
So they're going to miss a vulnerable game on sort of the queen of, well, it's on the queen of hearts and a little more than that. I've been in worse vulnerable games than four hearts here.
It's also you need to avoid the spade ruff.
Right. That's the little extra there. Well, there are entry problems too, I guess. You have to get to dummy for the heart finesses, and then, yeah, it's really not that good because you do have to deal with the queen of clubs, sort of, or the fourth spade. So it's not a great game, but vulnerable. East, meanwhile, the other table was 1-0 by East down two, so not a big deal since it's going to be against 170. Was anyone in four hearts, Rob, at any table?
That's
I
exactly what I'm
doubt it.
just looking at, Larry. It's board
Yeah, I don't.
26.
Well, actually, here it doesn't make because of the rough.
Yeah, just a lot of two hearts making three basically, and one pair.
Making three. Yeah, I don't know why it's at 170.
Yeah, the pair at the other room is the only one in one no.
It's 140 because they do get a rough.
Right. In fact, here it comes, right? Nothing too crazy so far, hands-wise, in this set. It seems not as swingy as the first set, right, Larry? We had a little bit more sets.
Well, there were swingier boards, but at the table we watched, they just were all, we had a push, or as you would call it, a chop at 1100.
I'll get back to bridge vernacular at some point. Push.
Well, this isn't very exciting. So, what bag of chicks can we delve into now?
Do you want
that thing about the term? Yeah, go ahead.
Do you want to get a sneak preview of kind of an interesting hand? And
Sure.
so
whatever
here's
you
the other
want.
table.
You're at the controls.
Here's the other table. They're playing five spades, and I believe the opening lead has not happened yet.
That is an extremely strong hand for North.
Yeah.
And your partner, of course, opens three clubs in front of you.
What do you think of the three club bid?
To it, is there?
There's nothing to the play. I just thought it was.
Yeah, you just lose two aces.
An interesting hand.
If your partner opens three clubs, I guess you bid 3-0. If my partner opened three clubs, wouldn't you guys bid 3-0?
It looks like I'm probably going to take 9 tricks. Yeah.
Although I guess
are you worried about missing a slam now?
Yeah. Yeah, if your partner's the ace of clubs,
you might make 6 spades, or
you still have to deal with the fourth heart, though. So he did Blackwood over three clubs. Yep. So opposite one ace, opposite one ace, he was going to bid 6 spades, I guess.
Yeah.
And worry about the fourth heart.
You would play 4 diamonds as key card here usually,
but you don't want key card. You want aces. Yeah, 4 diamonds.
Good point.
4-0 is probably playing aces. What good is it to find out one key card?
Yeah,
right?
It doesn't say key card. It just says that's Blackwood. Give us some aces. That's interesting. All right, here we go, guys. Back at it. They've made their 3 hearts. We'll serve us up another deal, and we'll see that hand shortly, I think. We'll see it right now. Here it is.
Yeah, so it's actually, that's an amazing north hand, but it's really not an exciting deal in that it's going to be 450 at every table.
Would you guys both like to decide if it is 450 at every table? Can we get some action on that? Anyone want to sign that bet?
Well, no, because they might go 3 clubs, 3-0.
Very good point. Yeah, like you said already.
That's not 450, but at match points, I like the idea of 3 clubs, 3-0.
Doesn't matter that the other table went plus 450. Does that get you closer to it? And Larry, I will give you the exact Bart Bramley auction. 3 clubs by Kit, pass 3-0 by Bart. There it is. they played 3-0, making 5 on this one.
I suspect Zia is going to do something more optimistic than 3-0. He doesn't like the miss slimes.
My father used to have to, tell me not to smile so much when I picked up hands like this. I developed that poker face early.
Zia plays a lot of rubber bridge, and do they give 150
150
points for that
honors.
at rubber bridge? Do they give that at rubber bridge
I
now?
think so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah, you
When I
get that.
last time I played in New York, they were giving it. Yeah.
Well, what about just playing like Chicago style money bridge? With the imps.
That's the
When
one.
I
That's
Whatever
the
played,
only one I know
money
how to play.
yeah, when I played that way, there was 150 honors for North's spade holding.
Well, there's an argument against 3-0 then. Seems like you should get an extra little bonus for also
Right,
having
because you might as well
the
scoop
nine,
up that
right?
150 by playing in spades,
100.
right?
No, but I'm saying for having the nine as well.
Heck, this might be the same thing. Just tell me your aces.
Plain.
Mm-hmm.
Plain regular Blackwood.
Yep.
There we go. I never even thought about the distinction there, but this is the hand that makes it clear that you need to have some sort of agreement that does this for you.
Well, you could really get burned by reaching five spades if there's nothing you can do with the fourth heart. I
Yeah.
mean, where's your
You might lose a
partner's
club, a
got?
diamond, and a heart.
Yeah.
Stiff
So
spade and two small hearts or something like that, or three small
this
hearts.
is not risk free.
Whoa! Massive six spade bid. Down one.
Misunderstanding. Maybe they thought it was 1430. See,
Mm.
if you're playing plain Blackwood, it should be plain 0 or 4, but he thought it was a 1430 answer.
It's weird that he would alert regular Blackwood, though, and then still take it wrong. You know?
Well, he meant
Says the
regular
response
Blackwood in
is
the
wrong.
sense that it just don't count the king of clubs, whereas
What's the five club alert?
Right,
Zero.
right. Is it one or does he think it's one or four? You mean no? Zero aces, interesting.
Well, South. Well, that's
Right.
what
So
South
North
wrote.
might think it's one. But why? If it was distinctive regular, yeah, whatever. He's going to go down one here, unfortunately.
so that
Yeah.
belies the potential 450 at every table.
Well, and we already had a 3-0
yeah.
bid as well. There it is. 2-8.
Yes.
Weird misunderstanding for them. It looks like.
Of course, North South are not a regular partnership. Not that many regular partnerships have discussed this option.
Sure. So whatever their no trump range is here, or sorry, this is just a strong club probably, right? And now North will have some sort of two suited major bid. They hope in their system.
Yeah, the East has a pretty good hand facing a strong club.
Oh, so they play like
Mhm.
14 to 16 no trump here probably. There it is.
Because you'd want to be in six by E6, anything by E6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, six no trump by East is the perfect contract,
Yeah,
right?
because the no spade, one spade loser, and then that's 12.
So given that we can't play it by East anymore, I guess East is going to know the spade ace is likely to be on side, and the clubs could be 4-1 bad. So he's
What if they want to play a slam? It'll only be six clubs, right? If they're trying to steer this.
oh, no.
Oh, okay, so let's play 3 now.
Certainly, they could have played six clubs by East.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
the other table is on their way to 3 now as well. It appears.
You can
Did
imagine
anyone bid slam?
I will tell you in a second here. Luckily, we're catching up to a lot of the tables.
It's a laydown slam. You would think at this level, some people might be in it.
There you go. In the Fleischer match, Owen Lean and Aaron Jones found their way to six clubs. So they got to the correct slam. Can't touch it. But right now, they're the only pair that has that registered as a score. I'll keep my eye out for
This
it.
will be 13 checks claimed, and we'll be on to board 29 in 1 second. As soon as everyone follows the ace of clubs,
And then we might be ahead of the action, which is amazing.
yeah, so he's going to press the claim button.
And they, in fact, are playing 3 now at the other table as well.
Well, maybe West Sanders worked more than 14 to 16 with all those what we call married
The
honors.
chunky,
Ace,
chunky
king, queen,
cards.
ace, king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, another slam. This one is sort of on the diamond finesse. Six clubs
Oh wow, one spade
is
loser.
50-50, really.
I mean, you understand kind of the team that the only team that has bid slam is the team that probably wants to be have a high variance type of set because they're playing
Uh-huh.
Fleischer.
Right. Low. That's a laydown slam. This one's a high
This
variance one, and that it's 50-50.
right, and it's a 50-50 the wrong way, unfortunately, because the diamond hook is
Yeah,
as
with a
So,
vulnerable overcall, that decreases the chances of the diamond finesse working.
right.
So West is going to be two clubs here. We know that because we saw
We
the
saw it last
same
time, right?
thing earlier.
Yeah,
Oh, it was five. Remember, it was five clubs jack.
yeah. Remember,
So East
one
is
club
going
is
to
strong.
love his hand. East maybe can bid three heart splinter here.
yeah, I
Although
don't think.
North, well, North's going to bid something. I think North might bid three hearts.
Hmm.
The
There
only
you
way
go.
they're going to get to slam is if East drives to it, because
Sure.
West is going to sign off at every opportunity.
Yeah, they can't be
East is
loving
going to bid
queen
four
third of hearts
hearts.
in their hand, right?
No, East maybe bids four hearts here,
Mm-hmm.
four clubs, or simple four clubs forcing.
Sure.
They're in a game force.
There it is. Four hearts.
No alert for that.
Nothing
Wondering
yet.
if they had a way to ask for key cards for clubs at this point.
Morgan and Juster have found their way to six clubs in the nickel match.
On this deal or the previous
On
one?
this deal, yep. In fact, they're both playing this deal. Or actually, sorry, the other table hasn't started this deal yet. They're a little behind. That's so two pairs.
So what four no Trump is
Sorry,
he
six clubs on the previous
cooperating?
board. Larry, I apologize.
Oh,
Not this board.
okay,
Not
yeah.
this board.
Well, it was a good question, right?
Yes, it was.
What's four no
Absolutely.
Trump? Is he cooperating? Is he answering key cards?
I
Maybe.
think he's answering key
Yeah,
cards.
there it was. One key card.
Yeah, one,
Look at what he said. His
if he's
description is
asking.
one key
Oh,
card if he is asking for a key card. So
hmm.
is this like hitting a provisional shot in golf?
Yeah, sort of.
Well,
Well, that might
he says
propel them.
if he's not asking for key cards, he might think that Four Trump denies a spade control and it might just sign off right here and now.
Hmm, point.
Of course, he has no in between bid. He's either going to bid five clubs or drive to slam
or
it.
six. There, he bid six. Okay.
Okay.
So this is just gonna be a little bit of a wait until he ends up taking his diamond finesse and realizing he can't make it.
Well, we didn't survive the opening lead yet. I don't think South's going to lead a diamond.
Hmm.
Stranger things have happened.
Okay, got it. He does have kind of a
I'll
weird.
bet he's not going to lead a diamond.
He does have a weird hand to be leading from against the slam, though. You just
Feels like he's going to just lead a Trump.
sure.
I think he's going to lead a heart.
Maybe a heart also. Sorry, yeah, there you go. There.
Oh, it's part of raised hearts, right? Yeah, he might.
Yeah.
I mean, the hearts could be 2-2, and you need to get into set up that. Yeah, right.
Well, I believe he can survive anything but a diamond.
Hmm. That diamond is deadly as well.
It's kind of a blind auction. I mean, sometimes you do lead away from a king against small slams to try to set up your second trick, but it's not like if he had ace empty third of spades, you could maybe make more of a case for that. He's
Interesting.
afraid, like that East had a big, king, queen, jack, 10 with the spades to throw stuff on. But with ace, jack, third of spades, I don't see why he would feel the need to set up a diamond trick.
And
Yeah, it's also very likely the partner has the Yarborough that he does.
and they're in a comfy 3-0 at the other table, destined for an over trick, it looks like.
We are looking at 13 points. The opponent's been a slam on power, so the chances of partner having the queen diamonds aren't very good.
Right. So the likelihood of
You have the
developing
queen
the
of
trick
diamonds.
is.
That means that they're going to have more elsewhere.
So do you guys? You want to take one of you want to take hearts, one of you want to take clubs? I mean, we haven't.
I'm taking clubs.
All right, all right. We have a
Right, I'll
club.
take hearts.
All right, all right. There we go.
You want diamonds, Rob?
I'll I I will be a responsible broadcaster and take no lines at all ever. I will let you guys take
Ace of
care
spades?
of
I would
No,
I would
it's not
lay a
going to
big
be
price
this.
against it. Yeah.
Oh,
There.
I'm 0 for the day. Danny, I'm now 0 for 3.
Yeah. Do not go to the casino or purchase lottery tickets in bulk today. All right. This is going to be a swing, definitely.
Yeah, declare doesn't even have to play this out. He just can just say who has the king of diamonds and claim.
In the
Hit
tablet
the claim
version,
button.
that can happen very quickly, right? Because it's just clear
Yeah,
that
yeah. You
that's
just turn to yours. Well, I don't know why
yeah.
he's not drawing another Trump first, but oh well.
Oops.
Oh, I guess why allow them to signal or whatever. So
Right. Who's hoping
No,
that
good point.
if Diamond Finesse lost, they wouldn't know how to catch their other trick.
And now he can shake spades from dummy if he needs to.
right,
Too bad the ace of
all right.
spades in the
That was
table.
just finesse could have worked. Just because they overcalled a vulnerable heart against a strong club, it didn't mean they had to have the king of diamonds. So
This is the last chance to excel for this set. And I'll take the time to thank both of you. This has been a lot of fun, as usual. And Larry, thanks for doing double duty today. Appreciate that.
well, what about you? You're doing quadruple?
I actually have the next 2 sessions off, thank goodness. I'm going to have a little bit of time. And I'm hoping to interview some of these players. But we'll see what we can get done.
This one's exciting. It looks like a normal 4 spades, but North
North has
might have
ace jack
something to
10
say about that.
And it's funny. I believe most of the set we were behind most of the field, and this table's caught up pretty significantly. They've played at a good pace, and
So
They were all
still have
claimed. They were all claimed.
Yeah.
All these deals. Yeah.
yeah, East West do have a choice of games auction here to 4 spades. Zia loves to collect doubled under tricks, but he doesn't necessarily want to chase them into, say, 4 Trump or 5 diamonds on some strange hand where if he doubles 4 spades, they might find a place to go plus. So we'll see if
Right. Right. Because now East is going to correct, but North always they might correct back to 4-0. Well, they're pretty dead everywhere, aren't they?
yeah,
Yeah,
because
it's
the club situation is pretty terrible for them too. However, clubs are blocking. No, they're not. Sorry, if they just float a club.
Well, 4 spades is really good. I mean, it's almost not even down yet. But like, I mean, there's not. North's going to have to get his 3 Trump chicks because
Yeah, but
and his ace of clubs.
you
He
love
can't be reduced.
You're loving this hand when you see it come down in dummy. Though you're like, okay, this is an easy 4 spade contract for the most part, and then and then when you put the spade on the table, it's oh.
This is the kind of hand if you put the spade on the table and West shows out in real life, you might say, "You sure you don't have any spades?"
Oh, well, actually, though, you're not even down yet. Like if North's shape was more balanced, you could probably strip him out and maybe end play him, right? If he had North's had the same shape as West.
Oh, you mean yeah, and then
Check
just throw him
10
in with a
triple
spade
spades.
at the end. Yeah, then he could just kind of
Maybe.
strip him out and oh, here he
Yeah.
goes. Interesting. He's hammering. Do they
I think
run?
it's only down 1. It's only down 1, isn't it?
I think so. Do they panic him
3
into
spades
4-0
and a
though?
club. I don't see anyone running. Well,
I mean, King Queen of Clubs does not look too tasty in that hand, does it? For a run to 4-0.
but it's almost making. It's just that North has so much shape.
And I'll keep you posted on the
So
other
it is-
table. Actually, I can tell you what's happening at the other table. They're playing 3 diamonds doubled in the south.
Ooh.
The auction went 1-0 by the east, 3 diamonds, double all pass. So
Interesting.
yeah,
Well, King of Spades lead though. He can. Well, he's going to lose. Well, he's not going to do well in three diamonds double. So this is going to be a big swing for in favor of Leibowitz.
yeah. Ace of
So
Hearts.
can he get
was the
out for
lead.
down one? He can knock out.
Wish I
He's
did.
going to knock out the club, ruffle club in his hand. Does he lose more than 3 spades and the ace of clubs? Is the question.
Doesn't look like it, right? Because what are their responses to anything he does? Nothing productive, right?
Well, if they north wins the ace of clubs and say switches to a heart,
And they just win and
well,
play club, heart,
clear arm.
rough, and spade.
Yeah, might have trouble getting to dummy though to draw. Another, how does he cash his third heart without drawing trump? So like say a club comes back,
Here
well, a
comes the
heart
heart.
came back. So he wins it, he crosses, he crosses, he crosses. See, he's got trouble scoring that third heart trick.
When you mean when he gets when he crosses
At any point.
after he roughs the club and he has to get back to
Well, at any point, how's he going to cash the third heart?
without it getting rough low.
And he can't draw trump because then he'll get tapped out. So yeah, I could see maybe
So heart back to the
Zia
ace.
didn't
Club rough.
double just to set at 1.
This is going to be so it'll be whatever it is for whatever they scoop up on this table plus a nice whatever the 3 diamonds goes down over here. It's not going to be.
It's an interesting decision by Leibowitz in the other room to make a negative double of 3 diamonds instead of just showing his spades.
By bidding instead of bidding 3 spades, right?
Or some players reverse 3 hearts and 3 spades there. So I would have got a natural 3 diamonds. He could bid 3 hearts to show spades, but either way, his negative double was a big winner on this board.
Sure. So we played spade. He's gonna run this around to his ace and then rough that club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So he
now
roughs the
it's
club. I still don't see him
'cause
scoring.
he has to either play a spade or give North a rough right now, basically.
Now he gets tapped out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now he better not lay down the king of spades. He knows.
That's real rough. He knows that now well enough, though.
You can just play either red card. Either red card's a winner.
Yeah, just
Well,
kind of rough back and forth. Take your losses.
Get his king 9. So down 2, down 300, and at
Let's
least
go to the other
300
table
at
and
the
see
other
how
table.
3 diamonds double is doing.
I like that idea, Danny. There it is. So yeah, that was the score there. There's 300 posting on the left, and here's the end of 3 diamonds doubled.
So ESOTs already have 4 tricks in the bank.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to get at least 2 of those diamonds, right?
Yeah, and a club.
Yep.
So this looks like down 3.
Yep. 2 more tricks for East West at least. Give you a little preview.
So that's going to be 300 and 500. That's 13 imps.
And that's
And this match is going to be in
that's
single digits.
under 10. Under 10 is the number for this match.
Mhm.
And let me give you.
Yeah, let's see the other scores as well.
I will. In fact, I think I have those right here, and let's do a little refresh. Make sure we're right up to date. And there we are. So Juster up 8 after 2 sets. This is the match we're watching. Simpson about to get closer. Fleischer really, although Bailey kind of came back at the end of the second set there. And Bramley, big set for them so far. A slight lead. So
That's far and away the lowest scoring of the matches, which is somewhat surprising.
it's funny. That's the match we watch, and while all the matches were swinging wildly, we were having a nice little 4-3 set most of the time last set, Larry. Right? It was just, it was very, very low scoring. But gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Larry, Danny, you guys were amazing, and we'll have more bridge for you in the future. But thank you both so much for joining, and everyone learned so much. And there's lots of great comments in the chat, and we'll live to broadcast another day.
I'm sure we'll see more of you in the next week.
Yeah, well, I know I have Larry for at least one more time, and Danny, I know you'll chip in also. So looking forward to seeing you both, and we'll talk again soon, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks.
And let's just get these broadcasts turned.